is Alan Baldwin from the Ohio Valley Angler. I was going to give you some of the details on today's fishing, water temperatures, things like that. To get started, today was March the 19th, and the water temperature was around 41 degrees, average 41, occasionally 42, sometimes 39, just depending on where I was at. But I decided when I took off that since it had been cold here for a while and the water temperature wasn't warmed up yet, we had 2 days of pure sunshine, I figured that the sun penetrating the water up toward the shallows would hit the bottom of the water since it was clear and heat up the rocks and logs and anything that would be on the bottom. And so I ventured up the creek until I got up to about 4 or 5 foot of water and was checking the fish finder. Wasn't seeing anything on there, but I went ahead and started casting anyhow, figuring that they were probably tight to rocks and stuff, and started out with a lipless crank, crawdad color, and had no luck on it. I tried a square bill, bumped it off the rocks, and had no luck, no followers. Went to a fluke to try to work a little slower, and I was using silver and black fluke, and I did get a couple follows, but they wouldn't commit on it. So then I tried to slow down even a little more and fish the bottom, assuming they would be tight on the bottom with the rocks and stuff, where the heat would be from the sun penetrating. So I went back to the Ned rig that I used there a little bit in the fall, and this is what it looks like. And the way I worked it, I casted it out and just left it set on the bottom like so, and as I drug it, it just kind of wobbled a little bit in the back. I just drug it slow, kept moving it really slow, and I would pause it every little bit and wait for about 15 seconds, and then go ahead and start my retrieve again. Well, that's usually when I picked up the fish. You can see on the video the majority of the time it was when it was moving, not when it was sitting still, which during summer months, if you use it, a lot of times they'll hit it when it's sitting still. But some of the things I could say that might help you out this time of year in conditions like that is try to find those areas where the sun can penetrate the bottom and heat up the bottom, because the sun that hits the top of the water doesn't do that much because you've got cold air there, so it doesn't really heat the top of the water that much, but it will on the bottom because the sun's absorbed into the rocks and wood and whatever might be on the bottom and gives off a little heat. So try to find the flats close to the areas where they'll start spawning, because they're actually this time of year in pre-stage is what they were today for the spawn. So they were starting to move up in on the flats, getting ready to head to their areas where they want to start nesting, make nests for spawning season. So with the idea that the water is clear, I think it's very important you wear something, like I'm wearing camouflage. Camouflage works in just about any condition. Sunny, light, dark, nighttime, it doesn't seem to matter. You're blending in with trees around you. If you're going to be fishing in the open during the daytime on a clear day, then I would recommend wearing something white or light blue, because it's important, I believe, that you blend in with the skyline or the surroundings as far as fish seeing you. You can get fish to follow to the boat, and a lot of times when you see a fish turn away, that's because they saw you. If you can blend in as much as possible with the surroundings, then you might be able to lure them closer or even get them to strike. So you'll see most of the time I'm dressed in camo. Occasionally at night I'll be wearing black, or sometimes on sunny days if I'm not going to be fishing the shoreline and under trees, then I may have on white or light blue. So I hope that kind of stuff's beneficial to you, something there you can take away from that'll help you fish. And hope you enjoy the video. And in case I didn't mention in the video, every fish I caught I did weigh, and there was nothing that weighed under 1.5 pounds, and there were several in the 4 to 5 pound range. It's one of the best days I ever had in the spring fishing. One of my better days of fishing any time of the year, but definitely by far was my best first day out for the spring. That was my first day out for 2018, and I just hope the rest of the season goes as good as that did. I think I'd lost track of how many I caught when I get up around 25, so I'm just taking a wild guess, right in around 30 fish is what I caught in probably a matter of 2 to 2.5 hours. Definitely was a good day of fishing. Hope you enjoy it, and keep in mind, like I always say, try to induce somebody else to fishing that doesn't understand fishing, and take the time to teach them and take them somewhere where you know they're going to catch fish, whether it's bluegill, catfish, carp, or whatever. Just get them out and get them enjoyed their time out on the water. Especially kids, I can't mention it enough. Take a kid out fishing and try to get them involved in something like fishing. There's just too many things going on that it just leads them the wrong way. If you can get them interested in fishing and they start committing their time and their money to fishing, they'll be a lot better off. So enjoy the video. Please click like if you enjoy the video, because I look at all the likes and shares, everything that I have on there, and your likes determine to me what I'm going to post in the future. Whatever I see I get the most likes on, that's what kind of videos I'll be putting out. So if you see a video you like, be sure and click the like on it so I know to invest more of my time in that type of videos. And if you got comments, leave them below. There's certain type of fishing you'd like to see me try, leave me a comment. If there's anything else I can answer that maybe I didn't answer here, just leave me a comment there and I'll get back to you on it. And enjoy the video. Okay, and wrapping up this video, one thing I want to bring to your attention is, you'll probably hear me say this in other videos, and some people will laugh when I say it, but fish don't have eyelids, and they don't have sunglasses. So with that in mind, when you're out fishing, and you're fishing in conditions like I was today, where the sun's bright and skies are clear, keep in mind that the fish are not going to be looking up at surface stuff with the sun in their eyes. If the fish are out on a day like that, they're either going to be in shaded areas or they're going to be deep enough in the water that the sun's not penetrating that strong. So just try to keep in mind where you position yourself and where the fish are going to be positioned. And when I say position yourself, if it be during the daytime, in the summer, late afternoon, early evening or something, don't go out on the water and determine that you're going to fish with the sun at your back so it's not in your eyes, because that means the fish is facing into the sun if you're got the sun to your back, and the fish don't lay that way. Fish are going to be in the shade somewhere, or they're going to be facing away from the sun. So if you got the sun in your face, most likely you're aiming at the right direction for the fish. Just a little something to think about. And the reason I mention it, I've watched so many times during the summer and see fishermen out there and they're fishing a bank that's no shade on it, and they're fishing shallow or fishing top water, and they've got the sun to their back, and I guess they believe there's going to be fish laying there staring into the sun waiting on them to throw a lure at them. I don't know what their thinking is, but I don't see them catch them that way. In my past, I've never had any luck catching them that way, so that's just another thing to keep in mind. So once again, if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. If you liked what you saw and it was beneficial to you today, please hit the like button and share this video with other people. Help me to get my channel going good. Thank you. Until I see you again, tight lines and bent rods to everyone.